Jacob, let's get right off the bat here. No doubt, one organization that seems to have its tentacles pretty much everywhere and anywhere is the WEF, the World Economic Forum. And Klaus Schwab, of course, is the mastermind, the brains behind it, perhaps not in a good way. But now he's getting into weaponizing banking. Weaponizing banking. His own words is that he wants to create an economic weaponry, uses of effectiveness and sanctions. His own words. This was said at the World Economic Forum meeting just in May. Yeah, so where 50 heads of government met, and this is part of their conversation: global sustainability, scientific collaboration, and using economic weaponry. I wonder what he means by all that, but I guess we don't have to guess. Economic weaponry is something that's coming, and it's already here. They're weaponizing banking, and PayPal and other banks have already jumped on the bandwagon with the ESG and trying to get into the climate change mentality. Jacob, what's the outlook on this? When you're weaponizing banking, you're being deplatformed and you're being debanked.
Well, first of all, let's understand that this is simply a proclamation of something that has already been put into effect to some degree. You had enemies of democracy trained by this enemy of democracy. And remember, Schwab is an enemy of democracy and an enemy of justice. He's an enemy. He's an enemy of freedom. He actually called, and you can watch him saying it on the video. He actually invited the dictator of China, a man guilty of the violation of human rights and suppression of freedom on every level, an autocratic dictator making himself another Mao, inviting him to be the leader of this new world economic reset. Didn't use the term reset, but that's how it was described. You're calling upon a malicious dictator, an enemy of human rights. This tells you what Schwab is. Now, as far as the weaponizing of banking, one of his disciples is Elliott Trudeau. What did Trudeau do with the trucker strike in Canada? We know a Christian lady who was arrested for bringing lemonade and cookies to protesting truck drivers, and she was arrested. To this day, these truck drivers cannot get access to financial services because of the weaponization of the Canadian banking system by Trudeau, a disciple of Schwab. But there's more. I ideologically agree with Liz Truss. Her plan was ideologically right, but the timing was wrong. I admit she had the timing wrong, and the presentation of it was not good. However, who deposed her? It was the reaction of the City of London and of the financial institutions of the City of London that brought about the crisis and the run on the pound that precipitated her removal. What you essentially have is Schwab's globalists, removing her and putting in Sunak in her place, putting in a globalist in her place. What they could not achieve by stopping Brexit, they're trying to stop by globalism. They're trying to destroy populism. They're trying to circumvent democratic process by effectively a weaponization of the banking system. Now, when you look at what is happening in the United States, where the Justice Department has been politically weaponized by Obama and now by, of course, by Biden. Although Nixon initially attempted it, it was Obama who really made it a mainstream strategy and got away with it. And now, of course, Biden has taken it further. Okay, that's been done with the Justice Department. But next on the agenda, in the name of fighting inflation, having nothing to do with inflation, it's 87,000 new IRS agents, armed accountants with guns.
Yeah.
To make war on working families. You have the weaponization of the IRS, of the financial system. What's happening in Britain, what's happening in Brussels, what's happened in Canada, what's happening in the United States All of these things are happening for a reason. There is a spirit on back of these things, and it is the spirit of Antichrist. It is absolutely positively creating a scenario where it'll be an easy step to a Revelation 13 outcome.